Hello class. Today's lesson we're going to be looking at three different problems of running through code, figuring out what gets printed to the screen. Now none of these problems exactly match a problem on your practice packet. So what you may want to do is pause this video and take a minute to write down the code that is on your screen. So go ahead and pause. Now that you've written down this problem, let's go ahead and walk through it. It wasn't declared here, but we're going to go with C as an int. So here's C, it's 30. Now remember, this is our t-chart, and we write down the numbers vertically. The last value in the column here is the current value of C. All right, so let's go through this while loop. So while C is greater than 0. So that's just a condition. If the condition's true, we run through the code. If the condition's false, we're done with the while loop. So is 30 greater than 0? Yes, it is. That's true. So I'm going to run through this code. I'm going to do this line first. So C equals C divided by 2. So C equals C divided by 2. So that's 15. Now I'm going to do the next line, which is printing C. Notice the 30 never got printed to the screen because I changed C, then printed it. So the order does make a difference. All right, I've reached the end of my loop. I go back. 15 is greater than 0. That's true. So again, I do this line, then this line. So the first one, C equals C divided by 2. So C equals 15 divided by 2. So 15 divided by 2 is 7, because that's an int divided by an int, which yields an int. So I print 7. We loop back. Do it again. 7 is greater than 0. So 7 divided by 2 is 3. Print out 3. Loop back. 3 is greater than 0, so I do it again. So C divided by 2 is 1. Print 1. Again, loop back. 1 is greater than 0. So I do it again. C equals C divided by 2. So 1 divided by 2 is 0. I print out 0. I loop back. Is 0 greater than 0? No, it's not. So what happens is, now that this is false, I skip everything that's in the brace, and I would do whatever code is after the while loop. And that problem is done. So let's look at another problem. Remember, you can rewatch this video as many times as you need to make sure you're understanding what is going on. Now again, this problem is similar to problems in your practice packet, but it doesn't exactly match it. So if you want to pause the video right now and write this down, go ahead and pause. Okay, let's now solve this problem. We're going to again assume these are both ints. So C and I is 15, I is 0. Now pay careful attention. That I is capitalized. Oh, looks like we got a little mistake. That should be a capital I there too. But that's an I, not a 1. Okay, so this particular problem is a do-while loop. So remember, a do-while loop, we run through all of this code, then we hit the while. So when we hit the while, we check to see if that condition's true. If the condition's true, we go back to the top and run it again. But remember again, a do-while, the do-while loop always runs at least once, because I don't check the condition until we've reached the end. Okay, so let's do this. So this is saying C minus equals I. So remember that C equals C minus I. So that's, 15 minus 0. Okay, that's 15. So C is 15. I print out C, a space, and then I. and I plus equals 2. So I increase I by 2. I hit the while loop. 15 is greater than or equal to 2, so that's true. So I now loop back. I do it again. So C minus equals I, so that's 15 minus 2, which is 13. I print it out, so 13 space 2. I plus equals 2, so I is now 4. Then I check the condition. 13 is greater than or equal to 4, so I do it again. So again, I loop back, and I do this line. First line. C minus equals I, so 13 minus 4 is 9. Next line, print it out, 9, 4, and then I plus 2, so I increase I by 2. So I is 6. I hit the while loop. C greater than or equal to I? Yeah, 9 is greater than or equal to 6, so I do it again. I loop back to the top. So C minus I, so 9 minus 6 is 3. I print out C, a space, and then I. I plus equals 2, so I is 8. Now when I hit this while loop, is 3 greater than or equal to 8? No, that's false. So I'm done. So if there's code here after the while loop, I would run that code next. All right, let's look at our last problem here. Again, it's not in your practice packet. It's actually a little bit more complex than some of the problems in your practice packet. So again, you might want to pause this, take a minute to write this down. So go ahead and pause. Okay, let's now look at this problem. I declared C and I as ints. C is 10. I is negative 10. Remember a t-chart, as you're filling it in, the bottom value of your t-chart is the current value of your variable. So in this problem, we again have a do while. A do while means I run everything that's in the do while loop at least once. So I run what's in here. Now, in this particular one, notice we've got an if else. So I'm only going to run either this or this. I can't do both because it's an if else. So let's see what we do. So is C greater than 0? Well, let's see. C is 10, so it does this. C equals C minus 3, so I subtract 3 from C, so C is 7. I now go to I plus plus, so I is negative 9. And then I print it out. So I print out 7 space negative 9. And I hit my while loop. While C is greater than or equal to I, 7 is greater than or equal to negative 9. So I'm going to loop back to the top. And I do it again. So I go to this if else. Is C greater than 0? It is. So I do C minus 3. So 7 minus 3 is 4. I skip the else because the if was true. I plus plus, negative 8. Print it out. 4, negative 8. And I hit the while loop. 4 is greater than or equal to negative 8, so I do it again. So I if statement here. C greater than 0 is true. So 4 minus 3 is 1. I plus plus, negative 7. Print it out. Hit the while loop. 1 is greater than or equal to negative 7. So I do it again. So this if statement's true again. So C minus 3, so negative 2. I plus plus, negative 6. Print it out. Negative 2. Negative 6. I'm going to wrap around here because I'm running out of room. Is negative 2 greater than or equal to negative 6? Yes, it is. That's true. So I run it again. Now, the if statement's false. So I go to the else because negative 2 is not greater than 0. So C plus equals 4. So negative 2 plus 4 is 2. I plus plus, negative 5. Print out C, a space, I. Get to the while loop. Is C greater than or equal to I? True. It is. So I run it again. Now, this if statement's true again. 2 is greater than 0. So C equals C minus 3. So negative 1. I plus plus. Print it out. As you can see, this whole loop is definitely longer than some of our previous problems. We're going to keep working through it. Negative 1 is greater than or equal to negative 4. So I do it again. So I loop back. The if is false, because negative 1 is not greater than 0. Let me make sure this is clear. It's not part of the print statement. So I do the C plus equals 4. So C is 3. I plus plus. It's getting closer. Print it out. 3, negative 3. Again, C is greater than or equal to I, so I do it again. Now, this if statement is true because C is greater than 0. So 3 minus 3 is 0. I plus plus, negative 2. Print it out. C is greater than or equal to I, so I rerun my loop again. My if statement here is C greater than 0. Is 0 greater than 0 is false. So I run my else. C plus 4. I am really running out of room here. So C plus 4 is 4. I plus plus, negative 1. Print it out. 4 is greater than or equal to 0, so I do it again. I'm going to make myself some room here. So 4 and negative 1 are my values. This is going to wrap around 4, negative 1. Okay. So C is greater than or equal to I, so I run it again. C minus 3, because the if statement's true. 1. I plus plus, 0. Print it out. My while loop, C greater than or equal to 0 is true still, so I do it again. My if statement is true because 1 is greater than 0. So C minus 3, I plus plus, print it out. Now I hit the while loop, and it's false. C is not greater than or equal to I, and our loop is done. Now, you can rewatch these videos as many times as you need to make sure you are fully grasping what's happening here. But I hope you guys find this helpful.